Speaking of good food, we're joined this afternoon. I'm the only one. I'm the odd girl out.
Okay,
I'm the
fine.
odd person
Okay,
out.
that's accepted.
Because I'm the only one who has never been to Johnny's.
Yep.
Okay? But you spell your name. Johnny's here with us. It's pronounced Johnny, but you spell it how?
Yeah, well, it's spelled Deonie, and it's pronounced
Deonie.
Johnny. Yeah,
Okay.
Johnny.
Johnny,
So most locals pronounce it Johnny, but
Johnny.
in the States they call me Johnny.
Johnny. So
Yep.
that's why the restaurant is called Johnny's. And there's a little pirate here. And it doesn't look anything like you. It looks like, well, it does look a little bit like you. Yeah, you put on the pirate hat and...
The eye patch.
Yeah, well, no
There's no eye patch.
It's
there.
supposed to have a-
goatee.
It's supposed to
Why
have an
the
international,
pirate?
kind of a combination of every nationality all wrapped up into one.
Oh, that's why. It's a little bit of Chinese eye, Indian nose, a Scottish face. It's
Little
a pirate.
Italian
Why-
mixed in there.
Why the pirate?
Actually, Johnny, actually, he's Captain Johnny.
Captain
it's
Johnny.
not really me. I would consider him really having his own identity or
He's a
entity.
mascot.
Some have said maybe he's my alter ego, but I think he kind of relates to everybody. Yeah, I think you could probably see a little bit of yourself in what the face of Captain
I'm
Johnny
trying.
is. Yeah.
I'm trying my darnest to look
Yeah.
at a piece of me and Johnny.
Yeah.
Well, tell us about Captain Johnny and when did he open this little restaurant called
Johnny's Fish and Chips Company.
I love that because fish
Yeah.
and chips is one of my favorite food. You know,
Uh-huh.
put in the newspaper.
That's
You know,
right.
just to siphon off the oil
That's
from the
right.
fish and chips. By
That's
the way,
right.
chips, by the way, is a very British way of saying fries.
French
Yeah,
fries.
French
Mhm.
fries.
Yeah, the American way of
Fish
French fries.
and
Fish
chips.
and chips, right.
This is really interesting because I don't think anyone is known for bringing in fish and chips here in Cebu.
Exactly.
Not yet.
That's
right.
right. Actually,
Not yet.
when we came up with the concept, I was kind of thinking about it. I wanted to introduce something unique to the Philippines.
Okay.
And then I said, well, if we're going to start in the Philippines, why not start in Cebu? It just makes sense that a lot of things started in the Philippines.
Have you ever
first
heard
in Cebu.
of, you've probably heard of, if you make it in New York, you'll make it anywhere. It's
Yeah.
true in the Philippines that if you make it in Cebu, you'll make it anywhere.
That's right, exactly. And I spent a lot of time in New York too, so I guess it kind of relates. And fish and chips is traditionally a very British
Yes.
concept. Actually, I think it's given credit as being the first fast food back in the
I would think so, yes.
1800s. But
Because people would eat it mobile.
That's
just
right.
walking around,
That's right.
ambulatory snack.
right.
Yeah.
It's very
Ambulance snack.
no. Fish and chips is quite healthy for you, especially with a lot of the changes that we've done. We've actually been open for about a year now, and we've
Okay.
introduced the fish and chips concept, and it's really kind of made a hit, and people have come to know it, and they're coming back, and it's just by word of mouth. And I would say about a year going along now, we decided, the vision that I really had for the restaurant was I really wanted to incorporate not just fish and chips, but really incorporate international cuisine.
Okay.
But basically, a sampling of each island or country. I think we've got at least 12 countries represented. And for each, some might call it fusion, but I consider it a little bit more than fusion in the sense that we try to be very authentic for each country that's represented. So fusion in the sense that you've got many countries, or what we like to call islands, represented.
Okay.
But it's as authentic as we
Per
can get.
island.
Yes, or island or country. So
Does this mean that you fly in ingredients if you have to? Because I know that a lot of ingredients are not available here.
that's right. Yeah, so
It
somebody-
doesn't taste as
That's right. That's right.
the same if it's-
exactly. No,
yeah.
we try to use as authentic ingredients as we can
Okay.
source, and so even the countries even the Philippines is represented as one of the islands. So we've actually incorporated. Of course, you've got the fish and chips, which is British and American, but we've also incorporated a few Italian dishes. We've incorporated some Korean dishes, some Singaporean,
See,
some Chinese.
I'm a total blank here because I've never been there, but these guys have been there.
yeah.
Oh, you mean to Johnny's, right?
Yeah, I've never been to Johnny's. So here's the thing. Here's what we do every time we talk about food.
Yes.
We bring our listeners to an actual experience at Johnny's when they sit there. And people, well, Cebuanos in particular, are very afraid to try new things if they're not sure that it's going to be great for them, right? Yeah, I mean, they have to have a level of assurance that this is going to be really great for me. So let's give them a little guide. When they first get to Johnny's, what should they try? Because I'm sure every everything is good on the menu.
Yeah.
But what to focus in? Do you start in eating with fish and chips? Fish and chips is a snack, so it's not a meal in
Right.
itself. But
Right.
you can. Well, it is a meal in itself.
Actually,
Yeah.
for a lot of British, they consider that a meal in itself.
It is a meal in itself.
Yeah, I mean, I had an uncle from England, from Sheffield, and when he visited the Philippines, we asked
My mom's
him.
from Sheffield.
Yeah. Oh, really?
Yes.
Basically,
By way of Bohol.
yeah. Uncle Ian actually, I asked him, okay, I know you're visiting here. What do you want to eat for a meal? And he said, I got to have some fish and chips.
Fish and chips.
So actually, it is a meal. Obviously, we look at fish and chips because it's different. I mean, there are a lot of good restaurants out there, but they've concentrated on chicken, on pizza, and something else. So we wanted to find our own niche, and we figured, well, if we're gonna do something, we should do something that we're good at. So since I would say we're pretty good on the fish side of things, we decided to focus on fish and chips. But so if you're gonna go,
Nothing fishy at all when you say that.
no.
Yeah,
I mean,
nothing fishy at all.
we try to make sure that the quality is maintained, that
Yes.
it's really fresh, and
You're lucky also because this is an island, so you can get
Yeah.
fresh fish anytime.
That's right.
It's white fish, right? You
That's
use
right.
This is really good fish, Jude, when we tried it, right, Ricky?
Exactly. Fish and chips.
Yeah.
Is it wrapped in a newspaper also? Do you do that?
We actually do wrap it in our own special wrapper for takeout.
Okay.
One of the concepts that we introduced at first was it would be presented in a in a boat plate setting, so as if it was freshly fresh
It's like
catch of the day.
Captain Johnny's offering for you for that day, right? Ahoy! Ahoy, you mateys! Some fish and chips for you.
So usually the first thing to expect, to go back to your question, I think as customers come in, the first thing that happens, we try to emphasize with our staff that you greet them with, we welcome them on board, because
Yes,
it's
welcome
like
on board.
yeah, welcome aboard Johnny's Fish and Chips Company. So of course we want them to sample and try the.
I'll make sure I'll
the-
be in a sailor's outfit.
Well, no, not necessarily, because our staff are already dressed in sailor's outfit.
No, seriously, I really have to because I have a whole lot of outfits
Oh.
and nowhere to wear
Great.
them.
Well,
Yes.
we have an opening.
I'm gonna be there and say, "Ahoy, you mateys!"
Pretty good accent. Yeah, pretty good.
It's authentic too,
yeah, it
just like your food.
is. Yeah.
Okay, so gotta try the fish.
You
and
got to
chips.
try the fish and chips, but it's kind of like
Different flavors, or does it come in just
actually,
one?
we've got a variety of sauces, from the classic tartar sauce, which
I love tartar sauce.
Many have, but we've got our own
I haven't
unique
tried-
classic
yes,
tartar sauce.
That's my
It's
next
really-
question because I've never tried fish and chips with anything other than tartar sauce.
Well, the British, they like it with malt vinegar.
Oh, yeah, we do.
We
Yeah, we
put
do.
we put
We do.
we put a little twist to it and put some cocoa vinegar. It's kind of good too. But of course,
From Liloan?
if you want to.
Not from Liloan.
Well, but I mean, if you want to put ketchup or anything else, and then we've come up with some different dips now. There's one, it's called a little bit spicy,
Okay.
sweet and spicy, and then there's
That's very Asian.
yeah, and
That's very
there's a
Asian.
special one that we've come out that's called the Pirates dip.
The Pirates
so it's
dip.
it's got its own little twist to it as well.
This was interesting also. Slaughter's favorite. That
Yeah.
sounds very deadly. And it says here on the menu, spicy grilled beef salad seasoned with Asian spices. Now, why is it a slaughter?
Well, actually, because we focused primarily this past year as we opened up with fish, mostly fish and seafood. We knew that this is Cebu. Cebu is really known for pork and beef and other things. So we knew that.
Oh, yeah, that
really
is so
meat
meat.
lovers.
Meat
Yeah.
lovers.
And I'm a meat lover myself
Yes.
as well. Although
Love my pork. Oh, yeah. Don't care if it goes to my butt. I love my pork. Goes straight to the hips.
Yeah. Although, I've probably been a little bit more conscious with health. So, I've really tried to incorporate fish in my diet more. But, a little bit of pork or beef and chicken, is actually quite tasty. And I think for the customers that come in, maybe if you have a family of 6, 4 might order the fish and chips, but maybe 1 or 2 want a little variety. So we've incorporated some chicken in there and some...
And the Slaughter's favorite.
The Slaughter's favorite, actually, Slaughter's favorite is Slaughter's favorite salad. There's actually beef incorporated into that.
Okay.
So that's one of our beef
dishes.
Yeah.
Okay.